Well. We are here with the wonderful Monique from Reliqa.
Hello.
And we are at Full Tilt Festival Brisbane, and we are chatting today for the Faction and Kill Your Stereo. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm on cloud nine.
Oh, I love to hear that. That's so good.
I mean, after so long of waiting for this to happen,
Yes.
we finally got here, and it just feels like a big relief. You know?
Yeah, I can imagine. And with all of the things that have been rescheduled and all of that sort of stuff, all the best laid plans and all of that rhetoric, you know, there would have been, the original plans would have included, you know, gaps in between things and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But now with all of the reschedules and what have you, it seems like everything is just coming one thing after the other for you guys. You've got this, you know, these festival dates happening. You know, you're playing alongside Caligula's horse on their tour at the moment, and then you've got Monolith coming up as well. And you know, there's a whole plethora of things that are just rolling out for you. And you know that, even though that probably isn't necessarily how it was originally planned, that it really does feel like this is a sort of culmination of a lot of hard work that's it's ended up sort of all coming into play, but it's been a while coming.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. And you're so right about the fact that it's like such a delay, like it's like delayed gratification. That was took a bit to roll off the tongue. Yeah, it's kind of everything sort of felt just out of reach. And now it's all coming at once, like at like 100 miles an hour, which is awesome. Like, can't say no to that by any means. And I mean, being back here in Brisbane is so much fun. And yeah, I mean, like, this is like a small milestone, but we took our first plane as a band, like, rather than driving. And it's like, all right, it's starting to feel like a real artist right now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
There is a certain sort of road dog mentality that you can kind of get as a band, you know, that it feels like you're sort of putting miles on the credibility.
Yeah, the credibility. That's a good word.
The checklist, you know, like, you know, we've road dogged it for so many years and we've ground it out, you know, and then it's like you take a plane together and you're like,
could get used to this.
Yeah,
true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. So and like I'm really pleased for you and the band, because it's you know, it's been really nice to see, you know, things to start to really pay off for you guys. Like there's been, you know, I mean, having worked, you know, for you as a publicist as well.
With us.
Correct. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know, so it's you know, it's nice to see the progression, and then it's nice to step over into the other side of the mic as well and speak to you about that, and you know, get that other side of the conversation where it's, you know, these are you know, heart moments. You know, these are moments that you're going to remember forever. Like
absolutely,
and especially these are, you know, early stage ones where there is that feeling of like we are leveling up and all of that sort of stuff. Is that, you know, do you sort of stop and, you know, like in your set today, was there a moment where you sort of, do you take a little moment to go like, mental snapshot, remember this?
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like you could almost see it too. If I told you right now what to look for, you know what to look for. It's every moment that, because you know, in metal, typically we get a little bit more stoic, a little bit more serious on stage, a little bit angry.
Yeah.
If I smile, like a big beaming grin,
it's you taking a screenshot.
Yes, yeah. It's genuinely, it's just one of those moments of, like we're
here. Yeah.
And I really enjoy those moments. And the best part is, I feel like our music kind of warrants that too. It's if we were playing hardcore, for example, maybe you wouldn't smile so much, and that's okay. It's a different kind of expression. But I'm finding more and more that the shows that we're playing, like today, we're having like moments of joy on stage, and I feel like it's translating pretty well into the crowd.
Yes, I was going to say that transfers.
Yes,
over to the audience.
It's contagious,
yes.
I think, and I think that one of the mindsets that I have about it is like not being afraid to be the small band, the opening band, like, because obviously, like we were talking about with milestones, like stepping up. The more you step up, the more you're going to become small, like smaller fish in bigger ponds.
Yes,
and
totally.
so we are the small fish at the moment, but it is quite a big pond. And I think it's that moment of looking back where we used to be medium fish in a tiny pond. You know what I mean? So appreciating those translations is pretty cool. And I feel like as long as we're not afraid to show that we're having so much fun, we're grateful to be here, we're grateful to be on the lineup. You know what I mean? I think that kind of, I'm not saying like sets a precedent, because there are other artists like that and I really respect them.
Of course.
But almost sets a precedent for like future smaller bands rising through the ranks to feel like they don't have to like pretend to be like, oh yeah, we've done this all before, it's cool. It's like, no, we have not done this before.
I think there's a real art to holding on to the wonder.
Yes.
And holding on to the the not being cynical or not being jaded about like, yeah, this is a grind for us. We've done it so many times, I mean, there's merit in that too. Like the real veterans of the scene, they're allowed to be jaded. But I don't know about jaded so much as I think like even if you have been doing it for decades, I still think there's merit to keeping on top of your show, keeping on top of, like the ones that are at the top that stay at the top. Like your Metallicas and so forth. They're the ones, and even and I don't even like them as a band, but like people like Kiss,
sure.
Like they're the ones that are staying on top of making sure their fans feel like they get
like
that they're served what they want to get, and that they get their money's worth out of every performance, and they wring every little drop of their money's worth out of their show. But those bands give so much.
It's so worth it. Exactly. And I feel like that excitement is part of what drives a band too, like that internal excitement, always looking for the next best thing and always looking for ways to improve and stuff like that. Because if you're excited about what you're doing and like continually excited and not falling too far into the jaded hole, like, I mean, look, there's plenty to be jaded about, but there's also plenty to be excited about. And if we hang on to that excitement, we're going to stay, it's kind of like being nervous to get on stage kind of thing. That adrenaline that you get,
totally.
that is what really drives a set. And that's where the most exciting sets come from, where you can see that genuine emotion coming through. So we're really trying to make sure that stays.
Do you ever, like, because I think the thing that most punters would never experience or never understand if they've never been in a band, never been on stage themselves, is that your set whizzes by.
Yes.
And
100%.
But on stage, there's such an element of like you wish you could hold on to it.
Oh yeah, and especially when you get off too. You're like, did that just happen? Is it over already?
So like which doubles down for me on that, like when you smile, that's you remembering the set.
You'll see it
because it is something that like if you don't kind of take stock of it, it does just whiz by and it's done, and you're like, oh shit.
And those
all that prep, all that flight, all that stuff, and 30 minutes and we're done.
Yeah.
And so you to me, I don't know if you experience the same, you really try to prolong that.
Oh, absolutely.
That high.
Yeah, you really squeeze it out.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Pretty much. So, I mean, after this little run and whatever that you're doing, you're on to Monolith Festival and a run with that as well. Okay. You excited to jump out on the road with Carnivool?
Absolutely.
Cog?
Hell yeah, we are. We're back here at Eaton Hotel.
Yeah.
That'll be really cool. And one stage, which means no clashes.
Yeah.
People are going to have to be making hard choices today, but thankfully you won't need to at Monolith.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, that's that little bit extra step up milestone, because we're the second band rather than the opening band. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really... I'm really excited for you guys seeing all the positive things that are happening and those little growths and the progression and step up.
So. Well, you've always been there for us, and I really, really, we always appreciate it.
That's my pleasure. I really love being behind you guys and helping with that push.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Pleasure's all mine.